Alright, my friends, welcome back to another video. This is Game Rail Productions once again, and we are looking at Tractive Force for another episode of Train Terms Talk Show. Last time we talked about general purpose locomotives, and now it's time to talk about the tractive, the traction like inside of the locomotives, and we'll get to that right now. So stay tuned. And consider subscribing for more as well if you want more awesome content on my channel. And you can turn on notifications to never miss an upload. Yes, I know, my hair is a very big mess because I just got home from school and now I'm recording this, so yeah. And here, as you can see, there's like three types of it. Starting tractive effort, continuous tractive effort, and maximum tractive effort. These terms apply to different operating conditions but are related by common mechanical factors. For starting tractive effort, starting tractive is the tractive force that can be generated at a standstill. The figure is important on railways because it determines the maximum train weight that a locomotive can set into motion. Maximum tractive effort is defined as the highest tractive force that can be generated under any condition that is not injurious to the vehicle or machine. In most cases, maximum tractive effort is developed at low speed and may be the same as the starting tractive effort. And then continuous tractive effort is the tractive force that can be maintained indefinitely as distinct from the higher tractive effort that can be maintained for a limited period of time before the power transmission system overheats, due to the relationship between power, P, velocity, V, and force, F, which is described as power equals velocity times force, or power divided by velocity equals force. Tractive effort inversely varies with speed at any given level of available power. Continuous tractive effort is often shown in graph form at a range of speeds as part of a tractive effort curve. Here is an example of the tractive effort curve. The shape of the graph is shown at the right. The line AB shows operation at the maximum tractive effort. The line BC shows continuous tractive effort that is inversely proportional to speed or constant power. Tractive effort curves often have graphs of rolling resistance superimposed on them, the intersection of rolling resistance graph, and a tractive effort graph gives the maximum velocity when net tractive effort is 0. So the tractive effort in steam locomotives. Well, I'm going to show you how that works. An estimate for the tractive effort of a single-cylinder steam locomotive can be attained from the cylinder pressure, cylinder bore, or stroke of the position. And what they mean by stroke is a phase of the engine's cycle during which the position travels from top to bottom or vice versa, and the diameter of the wheel. The torque developed by the linear motion of the piston depends on the angle that the driving rod makes with the tangent of the radius on the driving wheel. For a more useful value, an average value over the rotation of the wheel is used. The driving force is the torque divided by the wheel radius. As an approximation, the following formula can be used for a two-cylinder locomotive. T equals D to the second power, which is an exponent, multiplied by S and P divided by W. T is tractive effort, D is the piston diameter in inches, S is the piston stroke in inches, P is the working pressure in pounds per square inch, and W is the diameter of the driving wheels in inches, and then you just multiply it by 0.85. The constant 0.85 was the Association of American Railroads, or AAR, standard for such calculations, and overestimated the efficiency of some locomotives and underestimated that of others. Modern locomotives with roller bearings were probably underestimated. European designers used a constant of 0.6, so the two cannot be compared with a conversion factor. In Britain, mainline railways generally used a constant of 0.85, but builders of industrial locomotives often used a lower figure, typically 0.75. Now, the equation for a 3 or 4 cylinder locomotive is different. The result should be multiplied by 1.5 for a 3-cylinder locomotive, and for a 4-cylinder locomotive, you should multiply it by 2. Alternatively, tractive effort of all locomotives can be calculated. Thus, tractive effort equals 0.85 times the piston diameter in inches raised to the second power times the number of cylinders times the piston stroke in inches and times the maximum rated boiler pressure divided by 2 times the diameter of driving wheels. And that's about it for that one. Alright, for an electric locomotive or diesel electric locomotive, starting tractive effort can be calculated from the amount of weight on the driving wheels, which may be less than the total locomotive weight in some cases. Combined stall torque, which stall torque is the torque produced by a mechanical device whose output rotational speed is 0 of the traction motors. The gear ratio between the traction motors and axles, and driving wheel diameter. For a diesel hydraulic locomotive, the starting tractive effort is affected by the small torque or the torque converter, which torque converter is a type of fluid coupling which transfers rotating power from a prime mover like an internal combustion engine to a rotating driven load, as well as gearing wheel diameter and locomotive weight. The equation for this is tractive effort equals 375 times the power in horsepower times the efficiency divided by velocity. And there, that one is not as hard. Freight locomotives are designed to produce higher maximum tractive effort than passenger units of equivalent power necessitated by the much higher weight that is typical of a freight train. In modern locomotives, the gearing between traction motors and axles is selected to suit the type of service in which the unit will be operated, as traction motors have a maximum speed at which they can rotate without incurring damage. Gearing for higher tractive effort at the expense of top speed. Conversely, gearing used with passenger locomotives favors speed over maximum tractive effort. And right here, as you can see, here's an example of a tractive effort locomotive, or tractive force locomotive, or whatever. Sure, all the locomotives have it, but this is just one example. This is a GE Evolution Series locomotive, and if you've not seen the Evolution Series yet, which was literally my first episode on Train Terms Talk Show 1 year ago when my editing was terrible. But anyway, here, this is a GE Evolution Series locomotive, has tractive effort inside of it. This locomotive is usually called the ES44AC, but UP refers to them as a C45ACCTE. The C means the locomotive has 6 axles. 45 is the model series because the locomotive actually has 4,400 horsepower. The A and the C mean the locomotive has alternating current traction, and then the CTE is continuous tractive effort. Continuous tractive effort, aka CTE. So if you see one of these GEVOs or AC44s with the CTE at the end, then it should mean continuous tractive effort. Now, if you see like like another GEVO, well, CSX calls their GEVOs ES44AH, and then the Tier 4 is the ET44AH. The H means high tractive effort, but really it's just like maximum tractive effort. CSX just classifies it differently. So I don't think that high tractive effort and maximum tractive effort are any different at all. By the way, guys, thank you so much for watching this video for another episode of Train Terms Talk Show. Eventually, I will get to the liveries of Union Pacific, but I'm still unsure on all their liveries yet. Once I get it mastered, I will come out with it. But right now, I'm just coming out with other topics. We just learned about the tractive forces and stuff. Oh yeah, and it has a lot of math to do. It has math with solving equations. I don't like math. It's terrible. Yeah, I'm actually solving equations in my algebra class right now in school. And if you're wondering, I am a sophomore, and next year I'll be learning about linear. Well, I'm learning about linear and nonlinear right now, and then in algebra 2, I'll be learning how to write nonlinear in standard form. So, yeah, well, there you go, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Until next time, Game Rail Productions is out.